Ding, ding, ding. It went off right up here in the corner. It
Did
says
it?
it's showtime.
Whoa.
It's showtime. Hey, Papa Jim, how you
Hey,
doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm not on the screen.
You are. You're right
No.
there. You are.
Yeah, I'm not down here.
I didn't change our name.
Whoa.
I don't think I can go back and change it now
It's okay.
without losing the entire
It's
deal.
okay.
Everybody knows who you are. Everybody knows who you are. So, how's everybody doing? Welcome to our weekly pinata stuffing. If you are watching this and you come in live, make sure to say hello. We're glad that you are joining us today. It's a chilly Saturday here in Iowa. It's really brutally cold out because of the wind today. But if you're joining us on a replay, make sure you say hello in the comments below and let us know that you stopped by. Give us a thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. So we are on week 6 of stuffing our pinata. And what we're doing is every week we come on here live and we spin 2 carnival style spinny wheels. Actually 3. And today we're upping it to 4. I don't know what's happening.
4.
There's going to be 4 spinning wheels today.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's happening.
She does not know.
Did you guys notice something different about Papa Jim?
What?
It's a new hat. I don't know
What's
what it is. Something different about Papa Jim. I'm not sure what it is.
I don't know. What could it be?
I don't know. What could it be? You guys notice anything different about me? I did my hair. I got out a box of artificial intelligence. And but boy, it's kind of dark this time. It usually doesn't turn out this dark. It's usually a bit more of a magenta. But I don't know it got real dark this time. Mm-hmm. But that's okay. I'm not going to complain. It's looking better than it was. Hello. So we get together every week and we spin some carnival type wheels and we stuff money into a pinata. And we're going to do this for 26 weeks. This is week 6. And at the end of 26 weeks, we'll come back the following Saturday. We'll bust open the pinata and see how much money we have in there.
We'll bust open live so everybody can
see. We'll do it live so you can see that we're not cheating. We'll count it out and everything. You'll get to see all the money go everywhere. If it's a windy day, we won't be doing that outside. If it's a calm day, we might actually hang it from a tree and bust it with a bat. No, I don't know. No? Oh, that's no fun. All right, we'll just smack it with a mallet.
How about we shoot it with a gun?
No, you'll blow up the money. You can't shoot it with a gun. Get some tannerite and maybe just blow it up. We have some pink powder left over from a gender reveal party. We can put some pink powder in there and just blow it up with some tannerite. Has
anybody ever seen a grown man cry? Because that would be happening.
Yeah, if we blew up the money, that's what would be happening.
So, what do we got going on today? So we got our change thing.
We have our change jar, and I'm going to put 50 cents in because we're close. We're so close to reaching 850 subscribers. So I'm going to put 50 cents in hopes that I see a 50 at the end of my subscriber count by the end of next week. Hello, Brenda. Welcome. So there's 25 cents. There's 50 cents. For those of you who are new and don't know what's going on with this jar, if you tune in and watch every week, go back and watch the past episodes if you need to. We tell you how much money we put in every week. And at the end of 26 weeks, we're going to tell you how much money's in the jar. And whoever is the closest without going over will win one of 3 prizes. You get to choose what prize you want. It's either going to be one of these very own banks that actually tallies the money for you as you put it in, or a tchotchke that we pick up on wherever our destination is. We'll buy you a tchotchke and mail it to you, or you can get a Country Mama Musings coffee mug. So, and you get to pick whichever coffee mug you want because I have several coffee mugs available. So I just put 50 cents in. So go back if you haven't, if you're not keeping tally, and try to figure out how much we have in there. We're only 6 weeks in. This stuff is pretty heavy already. And what we're going to do with this money is we're going to take this on our travels with us. And as we stop to fill up with fuel or whatever, if we want to get a snack or a drink or something, we'll use this change because this is just change we've been picking up around the house or we find in our pockets, or when we spend some money somewhere, we get change back. We take the change and we put it into a bag, and then we're adding it little bit by little bit to there. So what do you say we go ahead and do our first spin? Let me grab my carnival wheel. And let's turn this on here.
Well, before you do that, I'm going to put 2 quarters in to match your 2
Okay,
quarters.
so look, we've already put $1 in. So if you knew what our total was last week, if you're catching up, now we've got $1 in there today already. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do our first spin. And we're going to pick the 1 through 50 wheel. So I have a wheel here that's numbered 1 through 50. It has 2 double spots on it. If we get a double, then we have to double the number that we get. And then that money will be stuffed into the pinata to go towards our travels. And then we'll also discuss, I pulled up a little something on one of our travels. I've been doing some research, and one of the places we might go, depending on what the wheel tells us to do. And I'm just going to share a little bit of information about a location every week. So let's spin this first one, though. So this is our 1 through 50, and you guys get to see it before I do, because as soon as it spins and you see it, it'll go to a commercial, and I won't get to see it. So here we go. Oh, I don't have the music going. I don't have the music going. I don't have the music going. Dun, 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 da, 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 da. 44. It almost said 7. 44. I saw it in the reflection. So we have $44, Papa Jim. So let's get $44 out to stuff our cupcake. Hello, Rochelle. It's cupcake time. Nothing makes me happier than when Papa Jim stuffs my cupcake. It's time to stuff the muffin. He's warming up his fingers.
Nothing worse than cold fingers.
There's nothing worse than cold fingers when you're stuffing a cupcake. I forget how much we're getting, $44. That's good for a first spin. Good morning, Heather. Welcome. We're stuffing our cupcake for our travels.
See if I got it.
You want a real cupcake? Okay, so we have 20. I need to count the money so people can see it. 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. Ooh, that has writing on it. 44. Okay. Give me another $1. I'm keeping up the one that has writing because we're going to do something. I want to make sure none of these have writing on them. 44. Okay, so there we've got 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. Ooh, that's a good start to the day. You regretting the squeaky toy you got for your... Should I stuff my own muffin this time? He's going to stuff the cupcake. Let me get... You got it? You can see. He just goes by feel. He knows where to stuff the muffin. He doesn't have to see it. He can do it in the dark. Woo! Look at that. That was fun. Okay, I kept this one out because it says on it, www.where'sgeorge.com. This dollar bill is being tracked, okay? I'm going to track it. I don't know if I should do it now. You were up with your doggy, and now again. I don't know if I should try to open a tab and let's see where georgeis.com. Let's see if we can find out where George was last. www.where's should spell George right? George.com, and then I will bring it up as a share on the screen. I don't know how long this process is. I've never done this before, so hopefully it won't bore anybody. But let's see if we can do it. Let's see if we can make this part of our thing. I'll start looking for, where's George? I'll start looking for these things. And let's see how it looks up here on the screen. There it is. Can I make it any bigger? That's what she said. All right, there we go. I've never seen one of those. It's like geocaching with money. Yes, I want to see who registered this bill last. And I don't know if I should register it now or should we take it on our trip and then register it. Get started. To get started tracking your bills, please select below. I found a Where's George bill and I want to see where it's been. Let's click on that. Great, let's get started. To see where your bill has been, please start below. Please enter the serial number. All right, are we ready? It's B as in boy, 522 820. I feel like I'm working at a Keno cage now. I feel like I'm calling numbers for Keno. So I did 82024F. I have this bill right now.
Nice.
If this serial number has a star, use the star key shift. It does not have a star. All right, I have this bill right now. Yes. My current zip code is, continue. So B52282024F. It is a $1 bill. I do have it in Hampton, Iowa right now. We found your bill's history in the database. Just one last step to see the tracking history to enter your own entry. Please add a short note about this bill, where you found it, and its condition. Well,
We got it from the bank.
got this bill from the bank. Should I make it interesting though and say it was left on our windshield and we were the possible we were going to be carjacked? Did you guys know that happened to us? Did you guys see that little short that we had? We came outside from being on a street. We were in a pottery shop, and we came out and there was a $1 bill on our windshield. And there's been a lot of activity from some of the larger cities to the east of us coming into Iowa. And they've been doing a lot of nefarious things, some of which are carjackings. And if somebody leaves a $1 bill on your windshield, just leave it alone. Just get in your car and go.
And lock the doors.
And lock the doors. Because we were targeted for a carjacking. I should say that's where this one came from, but it isn't. I actually bought a lottery ticket with that $1 bill.
So what they do is that when you get in your car and you see a $1 bill, your car's usually started and running, and you get out and you get the $1 bill off of there. While you're out, they'll run and jump in your driver's seat and take off. So you just got to be careful.
Yeah, don't. If you see it, just leave it and then get it later. And I wouldn't even touch it. You don't know what somebody's put on it. We did though. All right. So I said what we did there. Please notify me the next time person. No, I don't need to know when it's notified, because then they're going to want all of my information. Let's just finish and see what it says. Oh, it cha-chinged. Did you guys hear it cha-ching? Oh, so, wow, people have been keeping track of this. On the 19th of September, it was in Belmont, Iowa, which is about 20 miles away. Mm-hmm. And then in August of 2019, it was in Humboldt, Iowa. And that was the initial entry. So this $1 bill has not gone very far. I think what we need to do is we need to hang on to this one. We're going to just stuff it.
Our travel.
We're going to stuff it in the cupcake without counting it. And then when we open the cupcake, we're going to take it to wherever it is we travel to, and then we'll log it there. And that way it will have traveled out of the state.
All right, can they see us still?
They can see us this whole time. They're seeing us. Right. So I think that would be fun.
So anyway, so you can see this here.
Rochelle says her husband found it in his G-string. In his G-string? Oh, my goodness.
That I found it in mine?
No, she said her husband found a $1 bill like that in his G-string.
Really? Oh. Well, it wasn't from me, so...
It is illegal to deface the currency.
Yes. So
I didn't do it.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
He had a hard time finding the slot. That's what she said.
All right. So it's it.
So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start checking all of the money as it comes through. So Papa, as we do our money today, double check and see if any of those come through, and we will take that on our travels. So, that's what. Rochelle, she said her husband didn't find it in his G-string. She's saying that's what we should have put for where we found the $1. Oh. Should have put it in there that I found it in my husband's G-string. Oh, Rochelle, you're too good for me. You're too good. I should have done that one.
Does she know that story? Oh, okay.
She does. She knows all of her stories. Anyways, so since we put $1 in the cupcake without actually spitting for it, I think we should put $1 into our jar. And again, this is going to be money that we're going to use for drinks on our trip, incidentals, bubble gum, duct tape, shovel.
Handcuffs.
Glad bags. Handcuffs. The furry ones. All right, so there was 50.
I'm making you work for it.
It's making me work for it. 60, 70, 80, 90, $1. Let's see. We passed a milestone, guys. We
Kind of a
passed a milestone.
milestone.
No, that's a milestone.
Let's see. No, we got to get to the next one.
Okay, I
That's
think it's
a
a
mini
milestone. He says, you're liking where this is going. That's what you said. Okay, so
I've heard that one before. Too.
I've heard that one before. One thing I wanted to do this time too is I've been doing my research. Now, if you were with us last week we let our spinny carnival wheel pick a location, one of our destinations, and it was Nashville, Tennessee. So I started thinking, what if we go to Nashville, Tennessee? I wanted to start finding some details. So bloop, I did. I looked it up. I looked up and I took some notes on our Nashville trip, if that's where we go. And I will do one for each of the locations that we have on our spinning trip. It is 700 plus miles one way to drive there and back if we decide to drive. And if we drive, we'll probably head east and then get a little bit of the Mississippi River on the way down, go through St. Louis. And then I figured fuel cost on average $3.50 a gallon. I guesstimated, I'm not sure which vehicle will take. I just guesstimated 20 miles to the gallon, which probably is not close to being accurate, is it?
There's a vehicle we take.
Well, like for instance, if we took I think we need to take something we could impromptu sleep in if we needed to. So if we take the little SUV, if we take Dirty Gertie,
Right.
how much does she get per gallon?
When we went to Minnesota, she got it 19.2.
Okay, so I guesstimated 20 miles to the gallon. That's good. So round trip in fuel at $3.50 a gallon would only be $250 in gas. Only. That's not bad.
If it would have been a year and a half ago.
We're going to knock on wood and hope that it goes down before we go on our trip.
It can.
She said. Drive time, 10 and a half hours each way. So 2 days of our trip's going to be driving. So we have to take that into account. But we'll have money to spend on drinks on the way. Maybe we'll stop and see the world's largest ball of twine. I don't know. So it might take us longer.
Are we going to drive straight through?
I don't know, because we might stop in St. Louis, because I kind of want to go to St. Louis. Anyways.
Roll them up.
Roll them up, kids. If we drive down, I've looked at some options for where we would stay. Now, I have my very best friend that lives about an hour south of Nashville, and she's like, you can stay with us. And maybe we'll stay a day or two with them, and that's fine.
Maybe.
But I still want it to be an experience.
They got a house full, don't they?
They have a house full right now. They've had quite the year.
Yeah.
But I found an Airbnb that I love. It's just a little studio apartment upstairs with your own private entrance, and it looks out over the Cumberland River. And so you get up in the morning, you can sit out on your little private patio and just view the Cumberland River, and there's a big paddle boat that goes back and forth on the Cumberland River. It's called, give me a moment because I'm going to do something.
You don't know what it's called?
I do know what it's called. Don't question me. I know what I'm
Question
doing,
me.
I know what I'm doing. It's called.
You don't know what it's called.
I do. It's called the General Jackson Showboat. So I've looked into this Showboat. You get a beautiful dinner. There's entertainment out on the decks, front deck, rear deck, and you get to have a beautiful dinner, which I will not be eating the prime rib, but Papa Jim would absolutely love it. And then there's a show. So you get to watch a show the whole time that you're there. This is one of the last actual paddle boats.
Yeah, it's actually, the paddle actually propels the boat.
It does. It actually propels the boat. Now, it does have, there's the paddle that you can see. It does have generators or equipment that runs it.
A big diesel engine that runs a generator. The generator runs electricity. There's an electric motor that runs the paddle.
There we go. So if they end up dead in the water, we're dead in the water. There's no backup on it. But I think this would be a really fun thing to do if we end up in Nashville, Tennessee. So I want to make sure that we get to do this.
Yeah. Nice stuff.
That's what we're going to do. So I wanted to share with you about the General Jackson, because if we end up in Tennessee, that's one thing that we are adding on our list to do. So I'm going to go ahead and take that back down. There we go. So if we get the room that I want to stay in, not only do we get to watch the General Jackson cruise up and down the river while we're staying there, but then one of the nights we're going to go have dinner on there and have a dinner on a show. So I think that would be a lot of fun. I looked into staying at the Opryland Hotel, which looks like it would be wonderful at the Gaylord Resorts. Pricey, pricey, pricey. If we stay at the Airbnb Monday through Friday, because I think it would be cheaper, our room would be $540 for the two of us to stay there for the week. If we flew down and did a package deal where we fly into Nashville and stay at the Opryland Hotel, it would be about $2,500 for the flight and the hotel. So one side right now, driving down and staying at an Airbnb is under $1,000. Flying down and staying at the Opryland Hotel, that's about $2,500. So right now, I'm leaning towards driving.
What about hitchhiking and staying at a park?
Get your thumbs ready. Stay at the park. Now, here's where something I'm gonna say something, and I'll say it a few times as we do things. Oh, and that's if I fly in. If we fly in,
Yeah.
it's $438 for us to fly. And if we get a car, it's $810 for a car to rent. That's not including the price of the hotel. If we fly in and we stay with our friend and we just decide to rent a car, just the rented car there. Oh wait, no, I take that back. Flying in is $438. Flying in and renting a car is $810. And then we'd still have to find a place to stay. So we could fly in, rent a car, and then stay at the Airbnb for about $1,400.
Yeah, but
So-
then you don't have the road trip part. So if there's some
Yeah.
things you want to see,
Yeah.
like
But we are kind of doing this over planes, trains, and automobiles. So we don't know what mode. There are some places we absolutely cannot take a plane to. This is one of the places we could take a plane to, but we've flown before. But I will not budge on if we end up at a location with a train, because I do want to take an Amtrak train. But Amtrak does not go to Nashville, Tennessee. So here's something that I wanted to put out there to you guys, because my friend mentioned this. She said, if you decide to fly somewhere, I have miles that are going to expire. And instead of letting them expire and be no good, I'll give them to you. If when the time comes, if we're going to take our trip, if anybody who is subscribed to us or is watching, if they say, hey, I see you're going to this place and I have miles that are going to expire and I want to give them to you, we will graciously accept them. I'm just going to put that out there. There's going to be no shame in my game. If you have gift cards for Airbnb and you're not going to utilize them, we will accept them. If you have Starbucks cards and you're not going to use them, pop them in the mail to us. We'll use them. And here's the deal. You do something like that. Well, I wanted to throw a little bit more on that. I'm going to put my PayPal on my YouTube. I'm going to put the link for our PayPal up there, because I saw another couple do this and I thought this would be really cool. Because I've had some people say, I love seeing the places you've been, because we've done a lot of traveling before we came here on the farm. And people say, oh, I love watching some of your little videos. They're not on YouTube, they're on Facebook. You know, Jamaica, San Francisco, the Grand Canyon, all these little places. We went to Ensenada and Catalina. And people say, I like watching some of the places you've been. I love living vicariously through you. So I thought, if somebody wants to send us a Starbucks card or send us something on PayPal or donate Airbnb gift certificates or whatever, I think we'll kind of consider them our Patreons. We're not monetized, so we can't have a Patreon account. But when we do our destinations things, if we stop at little tchotchke places or something, we'll pick up a postcard and we'll mail you a postcard from a remote location that you may not get to travel to. So for instance, if one of these days we end up in Niagara Falls and you're never going to be able to make it to Niagara Falls, we'll send you a postcard from Niagara Falls because you support us on our journey. I think that would be fun. So nobody's obligated to do it, but if you do it, give you a shout out on our trip and we'll get you a postcard and we'll send them out to you. So I just want to throw that out there. I think that would be fun. So I have somebody I have to introduce to everybody. I've only got 3 people left in here. I said, I said PayPal and everybody like scattered. We have somebody we want to introduce to you though. We have a mascot. If Rochelle is still here, she's going to appreciate this. Oh, our mascot still has his tag. Papa Jim's going to take care of that real quick. So I don't think I mentioned, or maybe I did mention, I don't remember. Papa Jim and I, we're going to do something really fun in July. We're going on a murder mystery. It's going to be like a geocaching murder mystery. We're going to go to a large college town in our state, and we have to go on a certain day between certain times. And there's going to be information on our phone, like going on a geocache hunt where you go and you find different locations and you solve riddles. And then you get witness statements, eyewitness statements, so that you can solve a murder. And you have to have a team name, which we already have our team name. And you can do team. Hello, Grace and Fire. You can do team costumes. And so we've got our costumes picked out. And so mine came in the mail already. I'm not sure if Papa Jim has already picked out his costume or not. Yeah. But the name of our team that we're going to have for this murder mystery thing that we're going to do is A Recipe for Murder. We grill suspects low and slow. So I'm going to have a red and white gingham apron and a red and white gingham chef's hat. And Papa Jim is going to have his own little apron and chef hat. He has an apron already that says Jimmy Joe's Barbecue and Grill for him and his brother. So I don't know what he's going to do for a hat yet. But you can take your dog with you on these things. Well, we don't want to take our dogs, any of them, because the pavement will be hot in July. And so we're not going to do that. But I think we still need to have a mascot. So we have a mascot. He's arrived. We've already adopted. I don't know if it's a he or a she. We looked. We can't tell. And that way, that opens up the door here. We need help naming our mascot. Our mascot will not only go with us on our murder mystery trip, but this mascot's going to go with us on our travels. And we'll take pictures of our mascot as we go. So here's our mascot. I love it. We need you guys to help us come up with a name. I've got one tucked way back in my brain. So keep in mind, the name of our team for the murder mystery is A Recipe for Murder. We grill suspects low and slow. So Papa Jim, will you do the honors and introduce everybody to our mascot? Dun, 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 dun. Look, it's a wiener dog. Get it? Grill. We're going to grill a hot dog. And he's a wiener dog. She's a wiener dog in a bun. With ketchup and mustard. Look how cute that is. So we're going to be dressed up in our aprons and our chef hats. And we're going to take this little thing along with us. We're going to get a little collar. I don't know if I'm going to crochet it or what we're going to do. I might just go down and buy like a little Chihuahua collar.
I wonder if I should get one of those things that's got the fork and the spatula and then just
walk around with them. I thought we'd get a leash and a collar for it, and we'll take it with us on our murder mystery. But we need a name for it. Yeah. We need a name for this little thing. So submit your names. And then we'll pick a winner and we'll shout out your challenge if your name gets chosen for this cute little hot dog. It's a wiener. Look how cute. Now we have wieners and cupcakes. We have wieners and muffin stuffing going on. My dash hound's name was Muffy. Do you want to have that be an official name entry, Brenda? Could this be Muffy? If you want that to be, we can write it down. Here we go. Let me know in the comments right now, Brenda, do you want Muffy to be an official entry for the name for our mascot for our murder mystery and our travels? You let me know. I'll write it down. But there's no pressure. You don't have to do it right this second. You can always come back to the replay, write it in the comments. And if you kind of make it like obscure, nobody's going to know what you're talking about. And then, she said sure. She said sure. All right, I'm writing it down. Oh, I dropped my pen. Moses, that was a far way down. All right, so Brenda is putting in a name for the entry. It's going to be name our mascot. Name our wiener. Are you playing with the wiener? That's such a cute dog. I can't stand it. Name our mascot, Brenda, from Redbird Farm. Has put in an official entry of Muffy. Grace and Fire
Sir Sniff-a-Lot. There you
has
go.
put in an official entry to name our mascot Sir Sniff-a-Lot. I love it. Guys, make sure you do what Nightbot says. Give us a thumbs up, won't you? I would really appreciate that. So we have 2 official entries. It shows I've got 5 people watching. I'm not sure how many are really in here. But you guys think about it. Or, what are you doing?
Who?
You.
Stroking my wiener.
Petting it.
Petting.
The innuendos are endless. The innuendos are endless.
So, isn't this cute?
It is so cute, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to go on this murder mystery and take this little thing with us. I knew that this is what I had to get. As soon as I did all of this in secret, guys. I found out about this murder mystery. I did not tell Papa Jim about it. I figured I would just surprise him with it. But I tried to purchase the tickets and I accidentally used the wrong card. And so we got a fraud alert. So I had to talk to him about the fraud alert.
If anybody needs to know as far as finances and how they protect you, you do not try to pay for something with your health savings account.
Don't try to pay for a murder mystery with your health account. They frown on that very heavily. And I'm surprised somebody didn't show up and say, why are you trying to include this as a medical expense?
Well, I'm surprised. Well, they did shut the card down, didn't they?
For a little while.
You had to get that straightened out.
Yes. So. Rochelle's back. I'm back. Tried to call Mom, but she was asleep in her recliner. Okay. We have our mascot here, Rochelle. And we're having a contest to name the mascot to go on our murder mystery. So, yeah, mental health does count. It does count. And this is a mental health break going on these little things. So we're naming Rochelle, in case you missed it. This is our little mascot, this little wiener. How long do you think that wiener is? According to Papa Jim, that's probably what, 12 inches?
That's probably 2 feet.
2 feet.
Anyway, I'm putting in some quarters.
Put some money in for all of the bad jokes. All of the bad innuendo jokes.
I was not like this until we got married. And then she did
I
this
was
to me.
innocent.
So
I was
25.
innocent.
Hey, give me my money back.
You're the last person to try to name a dog. I know you're still trying to come up with a name for your puppy. Footlong. Do you want that to be your official?
Footlong.
Your official name entry, Rochelle? Do you want to, or Hoagie?
50.
What name do you want to put in for an official entry?
75.
Rochelle. Footlong or Hoagie, or you don't have to pick one of those. You can pick something else. $1 is going in the jar, guys. You keeping track?
Hey, so
you keeping track of how much money's going in?
So we got Footlong.
Footlong, Hoagie, Sir Sniff-a-Lot, and Muffy. I think that's adorable. She's thinking, she doesn't want that to be any of her entries.
No, I know.
She doesn't like Footlong. She doesn't like Hoagie. So you think about it. You don't have to answer right now. If one comes to you in the middle of the night, okay, I have to behave myself. I really have to behave myself.
Don't.
You can come back to the replay on this and put it in the comments. We will write it down. Schneider. Gosh, that makes me think of One Day at a Time. Schneider's a good name. So is that your official entry, Rochelle? Do you want it to be Schneider? Schneider, the murder mystery. See, and you know what I forgot to tell you guys? Not only is he a mascot, not only is he a mascot, this is important. I forgot to tell you this. This is an important detail. Because when we go on this murder mystery, I need to crochet or come up with a little something, a little, like, I don't know, something to go on the side of his little bun here. He's our canine unit for our crime, our CSI crime unit dog. He's our canine unit. So we're going to note that he's, our canine for our crime unit. So somehow I want to put on here that he's a canine. So he's our canine unit. I think that's so fun. So he's going to be an official canine dog. Yes, hot dog.
I got a name for him.
You have a name for him?
Yeah.
What's your name for him?
Because he's slow.
Yes.
And he's slow.
He's low and slow.
Low and
we
slow.
grill our we should name him Suspect.
No.
Because our name of our team is We Grill Our Suspects Low and Slow.
Suspect.
Okay. Oh, needs to be Horatio. Okay, is it Schneider or is it going to be Horatio? Or is it Hot Dog? I don't know. You let me know, Rochelle. You can write me later if you want. We'll write it down on the official thing. Let's spin another wheel. Let's Papa, if you could put your wiener down for a minute and stuff my muffin, it would be appreciated.
I understand that, but I'm just trying. How long do you think that is?
Like you said, you say it's 2 foot.
Yeah, it's foot long. His name could be foot long.
Well, Rochelle said foot long.
Foot long. I think foot long is pretty.
Foot long is adorable.
Yeah. Condiment.
All right. I'm gonna condiment for your wiener.
Yeah. All right.
Let's spin our second one. Ricotta. Oh, Horatio is from CSI Miami. I'm going to tell you, I've never watched a CSI episode, but Papa Jim watches a lot of crime solving things like the first 48 hours and who's that? Joe Kenda. Yeah. He likes watching all of those things where they solve cold cases and things like that, or the first 48.
Yeah.
He watches stuff like that all the time. We've never watched CSI. I have to admit.
I mean, that's a question I have. Whoever watches the CSIs like Miami or whatever the ones that they have, do they use like real life techniques when they're doing their stuff, or is it all just kind of? I don't know.
But here's a spoiler alert for you: the opening scene for CSI Miami is not Miami. It was shot from the deck of the Queen Mary in Long Beach. And we learned that when we stayed on the Queen Mary. That was one of the facts. Remember them telling us that is where that's filmed. So when you see CSI Miami, one of the scenes in the harbor is not Miami, it's Long Beach. You prefer fake crimes. I know the real ones are a little, Jim was watching something this morning about what Times Square used to be back in the 70s. Gave me the heebie-jeebies.
But see, now just so everybody knows, I like the investigations and how they go through their processes and stuff.
Yeah, he's not so much interested in the gore of it. He wants to know how they solve it.
The thought process.
So let's go to our savings wheel, 51 through 100. You're hoping Grubby is not listening. Okay, so here's our 51 through 100. 51 through 100. We got the music going. This darker hair makes my face look fat. I look like Audrey from European Vacation. I would apologize to her, but oh gosh, that's even worse. She's not with us anymore. You love the original CSI, but Horatio is great. We'll have to possibly see about looking into that. Okay, here we go. We're going to spin 51 through 100. Will we get a double? Let's see. $84. No double, but we got 84.
Okay, so we're going to stop right now.
We're stopping right now?
Yes. We're stopping right now. So we know it's 84, right?
Everybody remember 84. I have to turn down this.
84.
Papa Jim said he wanted to introduce something.
Right.
I have no idea what it is. I don't know what he's doing. No. Have you read Jeffrey Deaver's Lincoln Rhyme series? Rhyme series? Crime series? I know, like Sealing Miami. Are you doing voice to text, or am I just not understanding what you're saying, Rochelle? She only liked CSI Miami.
Right.
You are doing voice to text, or autocorrect is your worst enema. One of those two things. Okay. All right, so I don't know what he's planning. He said stop right there at 84. Don't forget 84.
We're at 84. So I want you to go into the other one that I wanted you to pull up on these little things.
He had me open a new wheel. It is a yes, no wheel. He wanted to know if we could do something like a coin flip, heads or tails.
Same thing.
And I said there was already one on this application for yes, no. So he wanted me to pull up the yes, no. Okay, am I hitting the yes, no?
No.
Not yet?
No. Well, I'm just smelling my hands because she had me put lotion on her back. And
Oh my God. This just got creepy really quick.
All right. So.
She has a Grey Poupon on her lap.
What?
She has a poupée on her lap.
All right. So, do you want to know what it is first?
When he gets really nervous, he smells his fingers. Okay, yes, I want to know what the yes, no is. What is the yes, no,
first,
Papa?
Or do you want to know after?
All right, let's spin, and then he'll let us know what the yes, no is.
No, let's do it before.
You want to do it before?
Yeah. All right.
Which way is more climatic?
I think if
we
I
don't
tell
want it to
you
be
before,
anticlimactic.
it'll really. All right. So this is the deal.
Okay.
She knows nothing about this. I thought of it myself, which is terrible.
Bone collector.
Whoa. What?
Lincoln Rhymes is a detective. She was wanting to know if you'd read the series, the books. Lincoln Rhymes, he's a detective. Bone Collector is the first book in the series.
No, that sounds familiar for some reason, but I've not read it.
No, because you're thinking of the movie that you told me to get out of the house. You'd never watch it again. It was called Lovely Bones. We watched Lovely Bones, and you said, get that movie out of the house. I'll never watch it again. I'm not even going to remind you what it was because it upset you so much. Anyways.
Okay.
Happier thoughts.
My secret is going to be is that I'm doing a surprise one time. Are we going to double that amount or not?
Oh,
84.
It must have been a good pay period.
Yeah.
He's doing a surprise. We're going to do the yes or no wheel. If it says yes, we're doubling the 84.
Yes.
If it says no, we're keeping it the way it is. And this is a one-time deal.
One-time deal. Well, until my mind does something else.
Until your mind comes up with something else. We're always going to try to keep it fresh, guys. All right. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh, I turned the music down. Oh, it said no.
You didn't have the music on.
Okay, wait.
You got to have the music on.
I have to have the music on, and I have to fix it. I didn't put it so that it spins long. I have to edit this. 1 second. Spin duration. Repeat option. Font size. Yes or no. Music is up. That was just a test run.
All right, here we go.
Okay, let's try it again. Oh, and you know what? What does it say? We said no, but it really did say yes.
Did it say yes?
It does say yes, but let's try it again.
All right, here we go.
And then if it says no, we'll do 2 out of 3. All right, there's the long spin. Yes! Yay!
So how much is that?
$168 is going to get stuffed into my cupcake right now. Woo! Let's check those bills to see if we need to track George anywhere. Bone Collector was a movie, too, with Angelina Jolie and Denzel Washington. You read Lovely Bones, and it was a tearjerker. It was, and the movie's worse. And I'll tell you what, well, I don't want to trigger him. It was pretty bad for him for several reasons. $164 going into the cupcake. Woo, what? Brenda says, yay. Grayson Fire says, woo, woo. What's that little joke you used to say about put that money in my hand? It was from a movie.
Yeah, it was from Silent Bob.
Silent Bob, how's it go? Any Silent Bob fan? Jay and Silent Bob.
Come here. Something little man, put that.
Yeah, something little man. Put that money in my hand. 20. Ooh. 40. 60. 80. 100. 120. 140, 160, and while he's getting the other $8 out, can anybody tell me who's on the $20 bill? Who's on the $20 bill? None other than General Jackson, and General Jackson is the paddle wheel boat we will go on if we end up in Tennessee. You look like Jay in a hat. All right. 80, 165, 66, 67, 68. And did we check all these bills for where is George? Let's check.
Well,
You
George
never-
wouldn't be on.
No, but I think somebody might put it on another denomination because it asked what denomination bill we were recording. Yep. And nobody wrote anything like happy birthday, Susie, or anything like that. So we have 100. Ooh, and 64 cold ones. Thank you, Papa Jim, for doubling that today. Andrew Jackson, General Jackson, that's who's on the 20, and that is the bill or the boat we want to go on if we end up in Nashville.
I'll let you
Am I stuffing my muffin
Yes.
with 164?
Sometimes you just have to do it.
Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you just have to stuff your own muffin. Tight fit. Woo! Behaving myself. I'm behaving myself.
All right.
All right, so we've got some money in our pinata. We've put some money in our jar. We've introduced you to our canine unit for our murder mystery. And if you have not submitted a name yet, make sure you submit a name in the comments in the replay so we can add it to the list. What are we doing? We're putting money in because why? Because I behaved myself just now? I don't know.
Because you did it instead of me.
25. We're putting money in the jar. 50 because I stuffed my own muffin. 75. $1.10. $1.10 going into the pot. Michelle says she's had to stuff her muffin. I think that's what you're saying more times than you'd like. Oh my goodness. You know what? We do have one more spinning. Is there anything else that we needed to share today? Besides it being frigidly cold, everything's fine here on the
wind's
farm.
blowing out here.
Some people have been worried because it has been so cold here, but we're fine. I drove in whiteout conditions yesterday, and we had a beautiful snow dog. I'm going to do a video on a snow dog if you've never seen a snow dog.
So everybody knows.
Sun dog, not snow dog.
It was a sun dog
wifey.
In the evening before the sun went
Yes, we had a sun
down.
dog.
Usually it's in the morning time.
It was beautiful. So I took some video of that for you guys, and I'll see when I can get that up. But yes, hello, wifey. You are just in time to see the muffin stuffing. You just missed it. But the remnants of the activity is still fresh. We had a couple surprises. So you need to go back because we have introduced a canine unit that we need a name for our canine unit. Let's show her the canine unit just because Laquita has just jumped in here, the wifey. Look, it's a wiener dog and a hot dog bun. We need a name for him.
With ketchup and mustard?
With ketchup and mustard.
There you go.
He's going on a murder mystery with us, and then he's going to go with us on all of our travels. Can you see this little guy running around on the General Jackson paddle boat? It's going to be great. People are going to look at us like we're nuts. We have I'm not kidding when I tell you this, and I'll share it in a future live. Nisi, make sure. Poor puppy can't even go outside. This puppy can go outside. Our other puppies can go outside, but they pee real quick and run back inside. Nisi, make sure you see about naming our little canine unit. But I was sharing the other day during a live that I've kidnapped a bear. I've kidnapped a grown man's teddy bear, and we took it on our travels with us. That bear was arrested in San Francisco and locked up in Alcatraz. And he also threatened to jump off of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Can I tell you another thing?
Got tattooed, all kinds of stuff. What?
Did he not have his own?
He has his own Facebook page.
He had his own Facebook page.
He had his own. We did videos for ransom for this bear. It was a lot of fun. So we have a history of taking animals with us on trips. The other thing we did was I had a high school friend, and she and her husband had become independently wealthy overnight. Big thing. And they invited a lot of her high school friends for a get-together for a big barbecue on the 4th of July. Well, I knew some of my friends from high school, but there was a lot of people that they knew as adults that I'd never met before. So I was a little nervous about meeting a bunch of people. So perfect way to break the ice when you're meeting a bunch of strangers for the first time. We flew to Oklahoma with a Barbie and Ken doll. And we introduced this Barbie and Ken doll. There were like 30 of us at a restaurant. And I just brought out Barbie and Ken and put them on the table, and hilarity ensued. It was hysterical. We had so much fun with that Barbie and Ken doll. Like, they were propped up on our drinks and all kinds of stuff. Barbie and Ken got kidnapped. They did.
Yeah.
They got kidnapped. But we started getting, so see, somebody kidnapped our stuff. You're a fan of Footlong. All right. Oscar or Meyer. Oh, that's cute too.
Oh, that is.
We could write those down too. My back hurts. So Barbie and Ken were kidnapped, and we started getting, they had their own page for a while on Facebook. They got new clothes. He got a suit, a tuxedo, and she got a pink evening gown. And they went by limo. I'm not kidding. They went by limo to a Robert Plant concert.
They did.
And Robert Plant sang to them, and then they actually got put up on the speakers of the Robert Plant. I'll see if I can find some pictures and show you guys. So we have a history of taking weird inanimate
and then where did
puppy
they
dogs
go?
And then their travels, we all ended up in Mexico. When we all went to Playa del Carmen, which is just south of Cancun, Barbie and Ken did make it to Cancun.
But the last time that I remember seeing them,
the last time we saw them was at a toga party
on the beach.
And all we found was Ken's blindfold. The next morning, we think the cartel got them. I'm not kidding. We're going to find some pictures and share them with you next time, because it really was funny. And I don't know what happened, but poor Ken and Barbie, they met their demise from the cartel down in Cancun. Yeah. So, and this is just a joke, guys. I don't want to get in trouble with the YouTube police or anything. It really was. It was just a farce. But
it really made for fun times.
It really breaks the ice, because nobody's expecting it. If all these strangers, all of a sudden you whip out Ken and Barbie and put them on the table in the middle of a Mexican restaurant. It was hysterical, but they had so much fun. And I'll see if I can find some of those pictures. So we do have one more. I can't help it. Let me check something. I can't help it. I got to check real quick. I think I checked the other day, and up. I found them. One second. I'm going to share one picture. It's not the best picture, but this was the very first night that Ken and Barbie were brought out to meet everybody. There they are. They're just chilling. They're just chilling on a margarita and a rum and coke. And he's in his surfer. It was a surfer dude, Ken, and like beach Barbie. I don't think I can toggle.
And there was, of all these people, there was only a few that we knew.
Yeah, we didn't know very many people. Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah. Oh, Barbie is cool, but Ken is always the prize. We rarely had a Ken amongst our friends. Well, look at Ken lost his at that party, and it just went downhill from there.
Did they see that?
They saw that. Oh. I took it down real quick.
Whoa.
So we've got one more spinny wheel. She was way underdressed. When you consider that I think her bottoms, hang on. I won't share it again, but let me check to see what. Yeah, Ken has her bottoms on his head, and he has her bikini top around the straw, and he's face deep into a what is that? A blue Hawaiian or whatever drink that is. They had a lot of fun. They really, really did. Hello, Tammy from Rebel Canners. So, okay, we've got one more spinny thing to do. Let me grab my spinny wheel. Ta-da! We have to pick a location. So we're letting the spinning wheel.
So real quick. Are you going to write down names before we forget? Or are you going to go back? Because we had Footlong.
I'm going to let Papa Jim write.
I don't know.
And I'm going to scroll back. And we're going to see, Tammy, we're naming our mascot to go on our trip with us. If you're just joining us. And let's see. Laquita says footlong. She agrees with Rochelle. So both Laquita and Rochelle, but I think Rochelle says it first. I don't know if she's going to go with that. Nisi said Oscar or Meyer. Hey, Tiny Tim. I didn't see you pop in. I'm sorry. I was getting all excited about stuff. Oh, well, no. She says Jackson, but she was talking about the $20 bill. Who was on the $20 bill?
So who said Oscar Meyer?
Nisi. Like your sister Denise, we call her Nisi.
And footlong was Rochelle.
Footlong's Rochelle, and Laquita's going to agree with that. So, guys, if you have any more entries, you saw the drink and nothing else, you promise. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You got all excited about Ken. Hello, Danny from Wicked Awesome Gardening. Okay, we've got one more spin to do, and that's going to be, thank you for doing the yes or no. That was fun. That was a nice little treat. We're going to do our destination wheel. I'm already to the point where I can't remember who's ahead now, but every week we spin for one of 5 destinations. We write it down. We put it in the cupcake. Then when we bust open the cupcake at the end of 26 weeks, what's going on? You just got here. Oh my gosh, what's not going on?
Man.
Stuffing muffins, stroking
Foot
wiener
longs.
dogs, foot dongs. Foot dongs. That was a Freudian slip. Footlongs. So we should name him Dodger. Footlong Dodger dog. So we've got our wiener dog, our cupcake. We've stuffed the muffin. We've put some coinage in the jar. We've had lots of fun. Ken needs a tan. He does need a tan. So we're going to spin for our destination. So you guys ready? Got the music going. Here we go. Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore, write it down. So if we end up going to Mount Rushmore, that is over by where Yogi Hollow Farm is. If we end up over by Mount Rushmore, we'll make sure that we say hello to them and have a little time with them. I've been looking at some things for Mount Rushmore. So now what I'll do this week is just like I did for Nashville. This week I'm going to figure out all of the things. It's going into the cupcake. There it goes. I'm going to figure out how far it is for us to drive round trip, what the cost is going to be for fuel. I've already decided that if we end up going to Mount Rushmore, we're going to take a little dog leg on our trip, and we're going to go to a place in South Dakota where the Ingalls family lived and where Ma and Pa Ingalls are buried. So I'm finding more things. I wasn't too thrilled at first when we first started looking at Mount Rushmore about the nature trail loop, the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, we've seen groundhogs and we've seen buffalo and stuff. But the more I look into it, the more interesting I think it is. And I didn't know, and I just found out, and I'm going to share all this with you guys next week, at the Crazy Horse Monument, which I was like, it's not even finished. Why don't they have a nighttime light show where the side of the mountain lights up with a laser show. And they have the Native American dancers and stuff. All kinds of stuff. Name him Ding Dong.
You know what? That is the funniest thing because I was just thinking about that, but I wasn't going to say it. Ding Dong. I really was. Because you said foot dong.
Here, write down. So Rochelle says ding dong. And Tiny Tim Posey says sir sausage. Shorty said footlong, but go ahead and just give her a second entry for ding dong because you guys got ding dongs on the brain. And we'll probably stop at Wall Drug. See, I don't know if Wall Drug excites me. I've got to be excited.
Sir Sausage?
Sir Sausage. From Tiny Tim. And, oh yeah, Oscar. We got Oscar or Meyer. Let me ask you this, Rochelle. Do you want to give Laquita footlong and we'll give her that entry and you can have ding dong for your entry? Let me know. At first I thought you wanted to name it Wall Drug. Grab your wiener, honey. Let's see your wiener. We've got to show Danny the wiener. Look, this is going to be our canine unit for our murder mystery that we're going on. And so we're going to go in costume for a murder mystery. And this is our canine unit, but he needs a name. I won't tell you what name I'm thinking of because I've got a really good one, but Papa Jim won't want me naming that. But I've got another name, and I'm waiting to see if somebody else comes up with this name. Because I think it's the perfect name for a murder mystery. Mount Rushmore with Sir Oscar Sausage Meyer.
Sausage Meyer.
Okay, so Laquita, Brampton Garter says she could switch, but now Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life, Laquita's saying Sir Oscar Sausage Meyer. She's throwing them all together. It's like it's a hot dog party. It's a sausage party. Funny movie, by the way.
So what
Funny movie.
She wants Sir Oscar.
Laquita wrote down Sir Oscar Sausage Meyer. Tammy from Rebel Canner says Colonel Mustard.
Here, you should write this down. You're faster than I am.
Tammy from Rebel Canners says Colonel Mustard. That was the name that I had picked out. But we'll be doing a vote. We'll be putting this to I'm going to put a poll on my community page when we're getting ready to name him, and we'll have everybody's name submissions on there, and then we'll put it to a vote. Colonel Mustard is hilarious. But Laquita says she's good. She's good with footlong, so we'll keep her on there too. Just do this. Footlong. Laquita. Ding Dong is Rochelle. I do love Colonel Mustard because he has mustard and it's a whole grilling thing.
Her pick.
Ding Dong is her pick.
Not her.
Not her what?
You said Rochelle's a ding dong.
Rochelle, did I say you were a ding dong? Oh, Lord. It just keeps getting better and better and better. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Remember, I am going to throw it up there again. I'm going to put my PayPal on my About page. And if anybody wants to get us a Starbucks card, send us something through PayPal, donate air miles, donate Airbnb, gift cards that you may have gotten that you're not going to use, we'll consider you one of our. We got to come up with a name for the people who are going on this trip with us vicariously. What should we call them? I mean, if we've got wieners and cupcakes that we're stuffing and people are living vicariously, got to call you guys something to go on the trip with us because you're living vicariously.
I got something, but I don't know if it's appropriate.
Whisper it in my ear.
I don't know.
We'll call you guys our peeps. The peepers. He wants to say peepers. She said she heard it.
She heard it.
Did you really, truly hear it, Rochelle? He's not a very good whisperer. Mr. Monk Wiener. Okay, I'm going way down the rabbit hole. I need to stop before I really get myself in trouble.
Why is it Monk? Is he a religious wiener?
Is he a religious wiener? I think Monk was a detective.
Oh, he was.
The series
he was
Monk.
A series, yeah.
And he's passed away since, but that was a series.
I forgot about him. He was a detective.
Oh my God, we should name him Fletch. Remember Fletch? Remember when Chevy Chase was a detective and he just bumbled everywhere?
Oh, there was the Rockford Files.
The Ding Dong Tribe.
The Ding Dong Tribe.
If we end up going to Mount Rushmore and I start talking about my tribe members, people might think that I'm appropriating. I might end up in trouble. Team Wiener Watchers. I like Team Wiener Watchers. I like that. Wiener Watchers. Team Wiener Watchers. I like Team Wiener Watchers. So if anybody wants to be a patron of Team Wiener Watchers and you give us things that you're not going to be utilizing, like I said, air miles, if we end up flying somewhere, maybe somebody gave you, maybe you have points on something that you can use for an Amtrak train ticket and you're not going to use them, or an Airbnb gift certificate that you're not going to use, or points, or Starbucks cards that you're never going to use. You want to pop them in the mail. You can be a member of the Team Wiener Watchers. And then when we go on our trip, we will make sure we give you shout outs And we will also get postcards along the way and mail them to you so you can live vicariously through our wiener and muffin. He's still alive? I thought I heard he died. Did his character die? Did the character Monk die? I thought I heard he passed away. Wiener Watchers is way too good. I wrote it down. It's Team Wiener Watchers.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa, what?
Did you see that?
No, what? I'm afraid to look up his bun.
It's not his bun. It's
Ooh.
underside. It's the underside of his wiener.
The underside. You know what? That's a good place for stashing an extra 20 in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
You're doing to that dog. Team Wiener Watchers. I love it. So he's going to go on our trip with us. You know where it's going to be fun to take him is if we ever get to make it to Boise, Idaho, and stay inside the Airbnb that is a giant beagle dog. And we'll take our wiener to the beagle, and the Wiener Watchers can go. He's very much alive. He's on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel now. I thought I was caught up with Mrs. Maisel. Does she have a new I thought I was caught up. Is there a new season out that I'm not caught up? I don't remember seeing him there. Well, thank you for letting me know he's still alive. I thought I had heard that he had passed away. Did his character pass away? Is that what it is? Nope, he didn't die in the show either. I wonder who I'm thinking of then. I thought he passed away. Well, I'm glad he's still alive because he's such a unique personality that tells you don't believe everything you see or hear, especially if you hear it from me.
Internet.
Or from me.
Oh, true.
Telephone, telegram, tell Alicia, and she'll spread all the wrong stuff. All right, guys. I will check to see if Mrs. Maisel, if I'm missing any episodes, because I do love that show. I think that is great. Tits up.
What?
He doesn't watch it, so he doesn't know where that came from. He plays the father.
You just don't recognize him.
He's the dad.
Let's
Okay.
look that up.
Okay, I guess so. I don't know why I'm not picturing it in my brain, but okay, it's starting to come to me. I need to get caught up. Were there more episodes that I'm missing? Maybe. I think I only saw 2 or 3 seasons.
How long was it between him, Monk, and this?
It might be that he looks older, and
He's
I'm not
old.
thinking it.
Right.
I'm not recognizing the fact that he's older.
I mean,
But did you know that the mother on Mrs. Maisel is the ex-wife of the guy in 2.5 Men on the show?
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whatever her name was. She would always show up at the door and they'd be
Right.
like, oh, it's you? She's the mother on that show. I could just go on and on. It's weird. Tits up. See? Tits up. McWiener. McWiener is a name suggestion. And tits up.
McWiener.
Do you think if we named him Monk Wiener, do you think the general public would get that gist? Like if we were out at this big college town with our wiener on a leash. Oh, my mind just went in the wrong direction there. Just went. I haven't watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel in a long time, but it is so funny, isn't it? Yeah, it was on 2.5 Men. What was her name? It started with a J. Anyways, do you think if we went to a college town, though, and we had our wiener dog on a leash with us, and if people asked what our dog's name is, and we said Monk Wiener, would they get it? Or would we have to explain it to a bunch of 20-somethings?
I don't know. I have to explain all the time with the guys I work with because they're all young.
You know, when I worked at a high school, and this was not that long ago, but when I worked at a high school and I said something about Elvis, the kids were like, who's that? I'm like, what? Who's Elvis? You don't know who Elvis is? Oh my gosh. How could you not know who Elvis is? Judith. Yes, Judith. Thank you, Nisi. Yeah, no one would get it. No one would. We need something. We do need a good name that when a college kid comes up to us and we've got our dog and they say, what's your dog's name? God, I want to tell you guys so bad what I want to name this dog, but I'll get in trouble. I really do. I think it is the most clever name I think I could have come up with for this dog. But knowing where we're going, I think we'd probably get run out of town with pitchforks and torches. Torches, no.
Ogre?
But we'd get run out like Shrek if I wanted to name him what I wanted to name him. I'm going to make my name suggestion Frankenfurter, aka Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh my God, if we name him Frankenfurter, if that's what wins, we're going to have to do a video of us doing the time warp with Frankenfurter during the murder mystery. Write it down.
Yeah.
Danny is saying her official name entry
Frankenfurter, that is really good.
is Frankenfurter. I love it. Wouldn't it even be even better if I dressed up like Magenta with my red hair? And if we could get him to dress like Dr. Frankenfurter and run around that town with our dog named Frankenfurter? Or better yet, if I name him Rocky, he dresses like Rocky. I dress like Magenta. We get my sister to dress up like Little Nell. And we have our Frankenfurter dog and we run around a college town like that. That would be tits up. It's not a trip unless pitchforks are involved. That's true. Oh goodness.
Been there.
Rochelle, I will message you the perfect name for this dog. My second choice was the Colonel Mustard. I was waiting to see if somebody said that, and that is an entry now officially, so I do like that. But I can't say the name I wanted to name him, but I will message you so that because I know I'll lose people if I do what I want to do. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us. Remember, if you want to be an official Team Wiener watcher, you know what to do. Make sure you go back and see how much we have in our change jar. Keep track of it because there's going to be a prize at the end of our 26 weeks. And that's it. So make sure we see you back here next Saturday at 2:00. We'll be spinning the wheel again, adding to the change jar, and having some more shenanigans. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Is that your wiener in your pocket, or are you happy to see me?